Okay guys, so this is gonna be a different kind of video here tonight. So as most of you will know, Toys R Us is about ready to, close down all locations, and basically become a distant memory of the past. And what, with that happening, relatively soon, I just again wanted to say, or share a few memories about, basically all the memories I have about Toys R Us. Now, guys, basically, me and Toys R Us, we don't have as long of a history as some other people may have, but for a large majority of my childhood, I'm not an original Toys R Us kid, but to some degree, I guess in my early childhood, probably from about the age of like maybe 2 to I guess maybe even 10 or 11, I would call myself an occasional Toys R Us kid. Now, just now that now in my case, Toys R Us in its heyday was actually very good to me, and they were sort of like the like basically to me for a very good while at least, that they lived up to their reputation, which was to be a kid's basic personal playground and dream toy store. And that didn't just cover toys. It also, for a very long time, carried just about one of every kind of entertainment thing a child could think of. Now, personally for myself, I was and still am very into playing with those slinkies that always used to have the Nickelodeon characters' faces on them, and many a times those all came from Toys R Us. Now, in terms of everything related to Dragon Ball projects, a funny story. My very first ever Dragon Ball GT the purchase in the old VHS tape, and yes guys, I'm 22, so I'm still from the generation slightly that still used tapes instead of just your traditional DVDs. Anyway, the first Dragon Ball GT tape I ever got, I actually, my parents actually got it from me, for me rather, courtesy of Toys R Us. And I can say that for me personally, many times in my youth, I would go in with Toys R Us, knowing exactly what I wanted, and not only would they have that very exact item, but on more than one occasion, I walked out with a pretty substantial amount of merchandise. So Toys R Us was actually very good to me, but I I wish I could say I'll miss it, which to a degree I I I know it is a thing that will be missed by a lot of people, but for me, especially within the last I guess you could say 10 to 11 years, the Toys R Us I knew, and quite frankly, that a lot of people my age from the late 90s and early 2000s and backwards, the Toys R Us that we knew that basically was basically the go-to for anything you could want, as in what was the oddest thing that was out, that was basically new off the shelf that you could want. That version of Toys R Us, at least in my eyes, died many years ago, and again, I am surprised that Toys R Us has not decided to shut down operations long before now. But even though I do not approve of its current state and what it ultimately became, I will always have a tremendous amount of affection and respect for everything it did to me in my childhood. So guys, I guess you could say I'll always remember Toys R Us for all the joy it gave me, and I'll always remember for being that place where I could literally get whether it was a new stuffed animal or the latest Dragon Ball VHS tape or DVD, or really anything I wanted. I'll always remember Toys R Us as being at one time the place where I could get it. So I'll always have the respect for Toys R Us for everything it did to me in my childhood. But I can say that it's not surprising to me once again to see it go. But if I add a word to describe my feelings about Toys R Us overall, it would be very nostalgic, because it sort of time capsuled away some very special memories about my younger years. And yeah, I'll always remember Toys R Us for all the love and wonder that it gave to me as a younger person. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I'll probably do one more of these videos when all Toys R Us locations close.